For 300,000 years, the human brain has functioned as a library for the three-dimensional world. But according to the Brainworks model, our biological memory banks have finally reached maximum capacity, leaving no room for new information in our current form. In thermodynamics, systems approaching a major transition often experience a peak in entropy, a state of total disorder. This principle suggests that the global mental chaos we see today is the predictable friction of a biological system reaching its limit, just before it settles into a new, higher level of stability. Theoretical physicist James E. Beichler identifies this instability as the precursor to a top-down evolutionary leap. It is the moment where our species begins transitioning into a new form, Homo paradoxus. These widespread feelings of data overload and societal stress represent the physical labor pains of our next biological stage. Signs of this transition are already appearing in our current neurology. Nature is actively testing new neural wiring schemes within modern populations to prepare for this shift. We see this most clearly in the rising rates of gifted and neurodivergent children. These cases often involve epigenetic modifications in Broca's area, the brain's communication center, restructuring the region to facilitate new methods of interaction. As our three-dimensional knowledge banks overflow, our collective consciousness acts as a biological architect, editing the human genome to pre-wire the brain for the next stage of evolution. While often viewed as the center of the self, the brain primarily manages standard waking awareness. The physical center of our higher consciousness is actually the heart. Standard brain activity produces a two-dimensional scalar magnetic field, but the heart generates a powerful four-dimensional vector field, known as the A field. This field serves as a bridge, allowing the body to access raw potential from dimensions beyond our material reality. This schematic shows how fourth-dimensional information is transmitted into the brain. Here, the electromagnetic handshake occurs. Signals from the heart and brain core attune to the outer gray matter, establishing whole-body coherence for spiritual awareness. Acknowledging the heart's magnetic supremacy is a biological necessity. It explains how the human form can process input that exists outside of three-dimensional space and time. Decoding this new sensory data requires a massive upgrade to our internal hardware. To process four-dimensional input, the brain must develop faster, more efficient pathways. This process involves the emergence of headless neurons in the brain's white matter. Lacking a nucleus, these streamlined axons transfer information 80 to 100 times faster than a standard neuron. A secondary upgrade appears in the form of massive tree-like neurons. Their vast networks of dendrite branches are designed to move core memories from the brain's center to its surface with extreme speed. These specific structural upgrades provide the physical hardware that will allow Homo paradoxicus to naturally perceive and process the fourth dimension from birth. This dimensional framework also explains the mechanics of death. When our three-dimensional biological fields, the energy, matter, and electricity, destabilize and cease to function, the A field remains. Because this four-dimensional pattern is stabilized by the continuity of the universe itself, it cannot decay or dissipate. It survives death completely intact, carrying the totality of a person's knowledge, memories, and experiences as an afterlife body. While humans currently struggle to comprehend this state, Homo paradoxus will be born with pre-wired neural networks capable of directly experiencing this dimensional reality. In this model, the soul is identified as a permanent, scientifically definable four-dimensional magnetic structure. Surviving our current transitional chaos depends on our intentional effort to elevate our collective consciousness. We have a physical obligation to refine our awareness to match the universe's move toward higher complexity. Our behavior has direct biological consequences. Acting with compassion keeps our conscious structure open to universal learning, while hate constructs protective magnetic barriers that physically damage our ability to process information. Because the universe has nothing outside of itself to provide context, it relies on the expansion of life's consciousness to understand its own nature. Our evolution into Homo paradoxus ensures this continuous process of universal learning remains possible. If you want to dive deeper into the science of consciousness, like this video and subscribe. Let us know what topics you want to see next in the comments below. This video was brought to you by Synestex Systems, LLC, founded by Shane Persinger.